Enough procrastinating. Let's get the gear ready. Right, let's boogie. Oh, hey. Some people say to me, when I tell them I'm going up this hill, up this mountain, or Monroe, why do you want to go up there? It's a boring one. What a mess it is at the top, and it's just, you'd be better going somewhere, I don't know, up to the Northwest Highlands, Moray, or why on earth are you going back there? Well, I'll tell you why. There's a number of reasons, and the first one is, it's not a boring hill. And this is a cliche, there's no such thing as a boring hill, only boring people. I've heard that said many times. Anyway, I am going up this supposedly boring hill, but I'm making it even more exciting, because one of the things that I always like to do, well, I don't always like to do, but one of the things I say, and I do sometimes do, is going up a hill a different way. And that's exactly what I'm doing today. I'm heading up this supposedly mess of a hill, boring hill, the other way. And you know what? I'm not even that far from the car, and I've already sat for 20 minutes watching two pairs of eagles making noises and circle above me in the glen. Hope they're not eyeing me up for food actually, but it's been wonderful, and there's a number of advantages of going up going up hills a different way. This one I'll be very surprised if I get to the top of this Monroe and I don't see anyone, but I would also be equally surprised if I see anyone off the beaten track up the back way here. So I'm going to report back later on, but for now I need to get up the very steep section, which is, well, very steep. Let's go. Oh, much steepness. Zigzag my way up. It was a really steep start to the climb, and to make things easier I was kind of zigzagging my way up. Just a wee tip for you, but it was good to see the progress I was making. Nice shot there. Take a photograph of that later on. Oh, I found myself a peat hag. Oh, I need to get out of here. Tell you what, I'm getting warm. I think I'm going to have to de-layer in a minute. Oh, it's nice to get out of that peat. Right, let's take this off. Oh, I can see where I'm going now. Right, I'm going to take my jacket off here because I'm quite warm. And you can see the first mountain I'm going up there, and the route is actually around this lovely quarry. I don't know if you can make it out, and the second Monroe is probably just out of shot, or the first Monroe, the only Monroe. This one here I think is a Monroe top. But yeah, I'm going to take this jacket off. It's what time of year? Springtime. Forecast temperatures on the tops about 3 or 4 degrees, maybe no, a bit more than that in the middle of the day, maybe 5 or 6. But I've got a few layers on. In fact, let me just show you what I've got on. You might be interested. The other thing, because I knew it's off path and going through a lot of heather, I've put my gaiters on, the small gaiters, and that just helps prevent any bits of heather getting lodged in my shoes. It makes a big difference, and sometimes it can be a bit squelchy, just like it was coming through that bog. So it certainly does help. But I'm just going to take this jacket off. This is a fleecy jacket, a mountain equipment jacket. Which you got, you see it's, I don't know if you'll see, it's fleecy inside, but it's quite warm, especially when I'm going uphill. I might have to put it back on at the top, and then underneath this I've got my gilet, which I've had for years and years and years. This is probably one of my most worn pieces of clothing. And then I've got my gilet underneath my jerry. I've got a thin mountain layer, almost like a base layer, but I'm not using it as a base layer. I've got a walking t-shirt on underneath that, which is long sleeved as well. And then I've got my new trousers, which I do like. These Revolution ones, I do like them. They're quite thick. The only thing is they're not that stretchy, and I think if it rains today I think they'll be quite heavy because they're a thick material, but apart from that they're very good. Right, let's get the backpack back on and let's get up this first mountain. I think it's called Cairnwell. Woo, and when I get to the top here I'll report back and let you know. Yeah, just let you know a bit about what I'm doing and more advantages of coming up a boring hill a different way. Right, let's get this jacket away and get cracked on. The clouds breaking up a wee bit, that'd be good. Right, onwards we go. More peat hags. Oh, it's the only thing about these hills is the paths don't show you the best way around the peat hags, and these can take a while to get the best way through. But it's not been too bad. This bit here's soaking, but I'm going to go around the side. It's not too bad. So let's get up onto this ridge and out of this quagmire. Oh, squelchy, squelchy. Soft in the knees though. Through the peat I went, heading towards the ridge, and it looked quite appealing actually, this little hill. The majority of time most people will see it, it'll just look like a wee bump on the hillside, but coming up from this direction it had a bit of shape about it, and it made the walk, a bit more exciting. It certainly wasn't dull, and as I got higher up the view started to open up behind me. There was also some faint tracks once I was up on the ridge, and the ground got drier as I made my way towards the top of the first mountain, Cairnwell. And here we are, the wee rounded summit of Cairnwell. Whew, it's a bit of a pull. I'm going to stop here because in a minute I think I'm going to hit civilization, so I'm just going to get out of the wind and get my jacket back on because it's a wee bit chillier up here. The wind's picked up, and with that gain in altitude the temperature's dropped, so get a wee seat here and a bite to eat. Whew, what a view. Oh, as you can see I've got my jackets on now. It is a bit colder up here, but it's lovely. The clouds lifted off the tops. I don't know if you saw at the start of the video. I spent some time loitering and procrastinating. So I thought if I leave too early, I'll get up here and it'll still be in the cloud. So I'm glad that I hung around in the van for a wee while and just took my time coming up there. It's allowed me to get the views, and I can see over to the Cairngorms. Some of the higher ones over there are still in the cloud. But it's lovely. It's really nice. Anyway, so Cairnwell, and now I'm just off the main route between the Munros, and the Munro I'm going to, the highest point of the day, is Cairnwell, and I'm going to go round the quarry that I've kind of come up underneath, and head over to Cairnwell. But I think it might be a bit busier. In fact, I can see loads of people already, so I don't know how many bits to camera I'll do, but that's one of the advantages of going up a different way. I've not seen a soul until this point. And I know it might be a bit busy getting to the top of Cairnwell, but then I'm going off it a different way to the most common way up it. I'm going to be heading straight down at South Ridge, which has got a fantastic view down the glen. So yeah, I'm just going to sit here for a bit longer, enjoy the solitude, and then go and chat to some people, because I'm going to see quite a few people going along here. Right. Get to the highest point of the day, head over to Cairnwell. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's not warm up here. Oh, let's go. Hopefully I'm in focus, and I thought I'd just stop here and show you. It's a good point. It's a bit windy, so hopefully you can hear me. But show you where I've, the route that I'm doing, and I've come up from over there. Let me just spin you around. This, yeah, so that's the hill I came up there, and the van's away down there. And I'm coming down here, and if I spin you around, you'll see the quarry. That's the quarry that I'm circumnavigating. And I'm heading along this path here, and along and up. And that's the Cairnwell. There, that's the final point, and then I'll be heading down the southern shoulder, hopefully. Or that's the plan. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing. So let's bash on, and I'll report back later on. Let's go. Oh right, just a quick handheld piece, and I'm nearly at the second top, which is over there, and you can see why some people call it a bit of an ugly summit, because there's a lot of media masts and communication towers, and then there's all the ski lifts. But you know what, once I get up here I'm going to be dropping down the other side, and yeah, away from all that. But you can also see this magnificent quarry behind me, which I've come around. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, just taking a rest, and then I'll be on the main ski track up to the summit, so I shall report back in just a sec. So up I headed on the main path now, and I met lots of people. It was quite busy, and I often come up this path from the ski centre myself with the dog and my family. It's a nice route, but you can see why the top is sometimes seen as ugly. There's a lot of bits and bobs up here, a wee hut, and so I didn't linger long. I was keen to find that Solitude again and just walked straight past the top. Oh, well, that's the top. I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to head down a bit further and get a nice spot away by myself. Ooh. Some breeze coming up the glen now. Yeehaw. Oh, look at that view. Oh, this is going to be a nice walk back. Oh wow. That's a fresh breeze. I'm not going to fall over going down here. The wind's holding me up. You might not make out, but I can see my van now right at the bottom. A wee white speck. But to be honest with you, it's not going to take me too long to get down there. And it looks like there's a very faint path. I have come up this way partially before with my wife and dog, but I've never been right down to the bottom back onto the old military road. So yeah, back to Solitude. Nobody here. It's just been fantastic. It's a bit breezy, but it's been a good outing. One thing I would say from now onwards, from spring onwards, another thing which I forgot to say about my gear, is I've coated it all in my permethrin spray for the ticks. Especially, I usually think there's not as much chance. If you're walking along a good path up a hill, you're not likely to be brushing against anything as much, but when you're coming off-piste through deep heather and all that sort of stuff, the chances are a lot higher, in my opinion and experience. So yeah. If you've got that spray, it's time to get that on, depending on whenever this video comes out or whenever you watch it. So anyway, I'm going to shut up now. Thanks very much for watching. Stay safe out there as always. I'll see you on the next adventure. Right, let's get back down in the van and have a cup of coffee. Woo-wee! Ha ha!